Hello there, this is Alex Righetto once again, and today we're going to move forward with our musical studies. On our first lesson, we spoke about the C major scale. On our second one, we spoke about in harmony. Now we're going to learn about the G major scale and the D major scale. But first, let us revisit the major scale pattern. Take a look over the C major scale pattern, the mother of all major scales. You have letters assigned to numbers. Each number is a function, and the distance between each letter or number is as follows: 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half. Those are steps. So in order to easily memorize it, you could say 2, half, 3, and half. Look at the piano layout. Between C and D, there's one black note called whether C sharp or D flat, and that's one step. Between E and F, there's no sharp, no black E, therefore we call it a half step. Now you can and should pause your video and take a better look over the chromatic pattern. Note that from note to note, there's only a half step. Same is true when you read the scale backwards using the flats. If you can and have a chance, go to a piano right now. Take a closer look to those intervals. Try to calculate the distance between different notes. So here we have the C major scale. Below we have the C major scale in 2 octaves. Note that G is the 5th note. Now we're going to rewrite the C major scale starting off from the G in order to start building the G major scale. So let's do it. Let's see how it goes. Here it is. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, does it fit into the major scale pattern? Let's see the major scale pattern. Apply it to the C major scale. It is 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half. Take a look of the major scale pattern once again. See the distance between each and every note? Pause the video if needed. So that pattern is 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half, which could be easily memorized by saying 2 half, 3 half. Now the question about the new G scale is, does it fit the major scale pattern? No, it doesn't. And it doesn't because that new G scale is nothing but the C major scale starting from the 5th note, which is G. As we said before, the major scale pattern is 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half. When you see from note to note, you will find that from G to E, it's okay. But from E to G, it's not okay. The pattern doesn't fit, doesn't match. And that's because the current scale pattern is 1, 1, half, 1, 1, half, 1. Therefore, we need to fix the ending part of that scale. And we do that by number 1, rearrange the functions. And we do that by reassigning numbers to those letters. So now G becomes 1, A becomes 2, B 3, and so on, in order to match the major scale pattern. Then we fix the pattern. Remember, from G to E, the pattern was okay. We achieved that by adding a sharp to the note F, turning that from a natural F into an F sharp. Now the pattern fits perfectly. So by adding a sharp to the natural F, we fixed the entire remaining of the pattern. Instead of a natural F, we now have an F sharp. And now that F sharp is just a natural note of the G major scale. So here is the G major scale with its functions and the major scale pattern, all fitting together. Take a good look over it. Pause the video if necessary. Now try the same thing once again over the C major scale, but instead of G, use the note D. Now this is the new pattern you will find. 1 half, 1 1 1 half, and 1. As you see, it doesn't fit the major scale pattern that we're looking for. So in order to turn this scale into D major scale, we need to fix it. And we do that by adding a sharp to both natural F and C. Therefore, we adjust the pattern to that of the major scale. And thus, we now have F sharp and C sharp as natural notes of D major scale. So here it is, D major scale, its notes, its functions, and its pattern. Remember, these sharps are no longer accidents, but natural notes of their scales. Well, there you have it, both G and D major scales.